Okay, right. I'm busy with this commission at the moment. Portraits of clients of mine's three girls. And one thing about doing portraits, you've got to really, really get the likeness right. And the soul of the picture is really in the eyes. You've got to really be so careful with portrait work because, I mean, one area can throw the entire damn thing out. And you've got to be so careful. I know I do most of my work using a shading technique, using the edge of my pencil like this and just going over and over and over again to try and get the skin tones right. I normally use a graphite. In this case, it's a 2B graphite here. 6B would be, oh, actually not really 6B, it's an 8B over here for the actual hair area, which is really handy for getting, the dark areas sorted. Normally for hair, I would use a charcoal woodless medium, which is this one over here, and it really is excellent for getting your hair right. The trouble is when you go over the graphite with the charcoal, use it sort of shiny residue looking, it's really horrible. So I normally just do one medium. I hate mixing my medium when it does too, because one doesn't have the same sort of finish as the other one has got. So it really is. It's just a very brief summary of what I'm doing here, but essentially it's very painstaking portrait work. I like to take my time. I know some guys rush through it and it just doesn't have the same finish, and portrait work is very subjective. You're never sure if your client's going to like it or not. You might think it looks great, and then you hand the work over and they just absolutely hate it because it doesn't look anything like they expected. So doing commission portrait work is probably one of the most difficult things in, I would say, artwork, but essentially for me it's a challenge. I like to try and work on it until I'm really happy with it. I never let the clients see what I'm doing until I'm 100% happy with it, because they always tend to get a bit disappointed, especially if they see it in the construction stage. But you can't really see much of what I'm doing at the moment, obviously, because this takes hours and hours and hours of work and a lot of planning. So essentially it's not really a spectator sport. It's not charcoal, this is graphite, so it does take an awful lot more time. But as you can see, my technique is mainly to do with just shading different angles until I'm happy with the way the skin tone is looking. And as it does take time, so if you're going to watch somebody do this, you're going to get seriously bored. So a lot of artists do a speed up time frame thing. I might just do that with this picture. But this will give you an idea of what goes into portrait work. It's really very time consuming, but incredibly rewarding, especially if the customer is happy with the work. But as you can see over here, it's just a case of going over and over and over again until you get the desired results. But again, too, it does take an awful lot of time, and I'm repeating this a lot because one thing about I've noticed with art forums, people expect to become artists overnight, and even when you've been doing this for as long as I've been doing it, it takes forever. I mean, I've been drawing since I can remember, and I'm 53 now, so again, too, it's a lifetime thing. You never stop learning, you never stop improving either. Every time I do any kind of work like this, it really is it's a learning curve. As you can see over here, this is an electric razor, something I've just purchased recently. It's absolutely brilliant for cleaning up your highlight area. And as long as it's freehand, in my case, I'm happy with freehand. I don't feel I'm cheating at all, actually. And you're going to make mistakes as you go along, so you might as well find the best way to correct it. So electric erasers are the newest thing. And for me, they really work. I usually use this as well. It doesn't leave any residue behind when you rub out. Obviously, I use this for large areas, but the electric razor, this one over here, this thing, for fine correction, for example, that you just saw, and of course, I'm going to just add in this area here to try and give it a bit of a border. Again, to nature there aren't any clear lines either, so one works like this. If you're going to draw a line, what you do is work behind it here and shade it in. So the line is not so obvious. But one thing I enjoy doing is that, you know, it's very rewarding. It's something you're creating, something that's new, and it's very fulfilling, actually, I must admit. So yeah, this will give you a brief idea of doing portrait work. If you really want to get hold of me, just click on the link nakedeye.co.za, and then email me if you want to, info@nakedeye.co.za. I'll be happy to chat with you or email you back some of the ideas of what I've got. Again, I don't have all the answers, but one thing I can do is help you through the process, and hopefully you would be inspired to do this full time. You know, I don't do it full time, obviously. Maybe one day I will, but essentially, I do a lot of commission work, and I do it in between everything else. This doesn't pay the bills as yet. One day, hopefully, it will. In the meantime, hopefully I can inspire other artists to do this, you know. Really is quite something when you get it right. Anyway, I'll post some more still images of this on my channel as soon as I've got more to show. In the meantime, this is what I've got. Alright, hope you enjoyed this little session, and we'll chat some more. Bye.